Hey, what are you giving up for Lent? A lot of times people ask this question right before Lent begins, and people will come up with simple, sweet answers like coffee or chocolate, sweets, bacon, insert all sorts of foods and drinks they might like. And that tends to be the thing that they give up, which is wonderful. If that's your practice and if that's the thing that you do maybe every year, or if that's something that's really hard for you and it actually helps you to remember every time you forego it that you're doing it for a greater purpose to honor God during this Lenten season, then that's fantastic. But sometimes we have this tendency of creating surrogates, right? So maybe we don't eat candy during Lent, but all of a sudden we might be eating more cakes or brownies in place of the sweets that we usually would have had in candy form. Or I'm not drinking coffee, but all of a sudden I have this penchant for chai tea lattes. So in order to maybe take things up a level, let me offer that instead of not doing something for Lent, that you do something extra. And you might think, isn't that a cop out? I mean, I need to give something up. But here's my suggestion. By doing something extra, you can actually still be giving something up. And that thing that you're giving up is your time. We might like to think that we can multitask, but at the end of the day, we can really only do one thing well at a time. We can divide our attention and try to monitor multiple things at the same time, but we can't actually give it our focus. We can do one thing at a time and do it well. That being the case, if I have a choice to scroll through my social media feed or check the news or binge watch a show on Netflix or something like that, I can either do that or I can pick up the phone and call somebody I haven't talked with for a while, check in and see how they're doing. Or I can offer up some prayers for someone that I know is having a difficult time. Maybe I can make a meal and take it to a neighbor that I know might be struggling, or maybe they're homebound, they don't get a lot of visitors. There's all sorts of extra things we can do. And we are giving something up. It's our time. Our time is our most precious gift because we don't get it back. There's no making up for it. Once we've spent it, it's gone. It's in the past. But it's still beneficial, not just to the other person, for the glory of God, ideally. But the beautiful thing about God is that whenever we try to do something for Him, He tends to give us something right back. Now, it's not necessarily going to come immediately, right? I mean, sometimes it does. We get warm, fuzzy feelings for doing something good, right? But other times we might kind of give somebody our time, and the time that we'll get our reward for that, not that we should be doing it for the reward, but the time that we get that is when we're in our hour of need. So it might not come right away. It might not even come in this life, to be perfectly honest, but it's worth doing. So again, challenge this Lent. What are you giving up? Maybe give up some of your time.